Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, an 8-year-old girl kidnapped right before her mother's eyes. The shocking incident caught on camera. The mother thrown from the car trying to save her daughter.
Help me! Help me, please! My daughter just got kidnapped!
The urgent hunt overnight to find her, a community coming together, and now a major break in this case. The latest developments from police this morning.
Tornadoes touch down the dangerous storm system, demolishing homes, collapsing buildings, and ripping off roofs. The close call for this driver when lightning hit, and the fears for tomorrow. The situation forecast to be even worse. Our team right there tracking it all.
ABC exclusive. The football coach who tackled a student accused of bringing a shotgun into a classroom, sharing his story.
I thank God that no one got hurt. And, thank God that I was in that room.
What he says about those terrifying moments and what we're learning about the student now facing charges.
Biden's bid. The affection from the crowd in the city of brotherly love as he takes aim at the president.
The single most important thing we have to accomplish is defeat Donald Trump.
As other Democratic candidates sound off on the president's immigration policies.
And look at this, Arnold attacked. The moment a man drop kicks the Terminator in front of shocked onlookers, and Schwarzenegger's message to his fans this morning.
Thank you. Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning. Let's get straight to the breaking news overnight. That urgent search for a little girl abducted in broad daylight.
The immediate aftermath captured on a doorbell cam, the mother on the ground, and a car pulling away with her 8-year-old girl inside.
A massive manhunt ensued, police and community members leaping into action. And this morning, with the help of regular citizens, that girl has been found. ABC's Ariel Reshef is here with the latest. Ariel, good morning.
Good morning, guys. That family's nightmare now over. A desperate search and some vigilant community members leading authorities to find that little girl safe after she was ripped away from her mother.
You're watching the chilling moments a Texas mother tries to rescue her 8-year-old daughter from what appears to be a kidnapper's car. You can hear her frantic calls for help. This neighbor's doorbell camera capturing the dramatic abduction. The mother thrown to the ground as the vehicle speeds away. Inside, police say is Salem Sabatka.
The mother actually went after her child, as any mother would be expected to do. The mother was literally thrown from the vehicle.
According to police, a 51-year-old man approached Salem and her mother while they were out for a walk in this Fort Worth neighborhood, snatching the little girl Saturday evening. Overnight, authorities on the hunt, searching for this gray sedan. Law enforcement issuing a statewide Amber Alert. Local and federal officials combing the area for any sign of Salem.
We're searching every camera that we have in the area, on our freeways, anything we can do to try to possibly find this vehicle.
Then, less than 12 hours later, the big break. 2 church members heeding law enforcement's call for help on social media, spotting the vehicle in the parking lot of this hotel.
These guys are our heroes. You know, we're here in police uniform with badges and guns, and everybody calls us heroes. And now we have 2 citizens that went out of our way.
Heroes indeed. Authorities arrived at that hotel about 10 miles southeast of Fort Worth, busting down the door of the room where they say the suspect was holding Salem. He's now in custody facing aggravated kidnapping charges. Police say Salem is in good condition. She was taken to a local hospital for evaluation and has been reunited with her family.
And we don't know much about the suspect.
We don't know too much yet.
But she's in good condition.
She is, and that's the most important.
Indeed. Ariel, thank you very much. We're going to move on now to the other breaking story this morning, the severe weather threat. At least 39 reported tornadoes in the central U.S. since Friday, and parts of that region now bracing for new threats of more violent twisters, as well as major flash flooding. And there's also severe weather moving toward the Northeast today. 70 million Americans at risk in total. And Rob is right there tracking it all from Fort Worth, Texas. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. A huge swath of the country once again, and we're getting all the severe weather we can handle. We've got the wind, we've got the tornado, we got the hail, and of course we have the water as well. The lake, the dam that holds back the water in this lake, those floodgates have been opened. You can see it behind me. The Army Corps of Engineers just trying to release some of that pressure, and now it's flowing at 2,300 cubic feet per second. So we have this, but of course the most frightening images of that of tornadoes, and there are more coming. Overnight, that dangerous storm system that spawned dozens of tornadoes in the plains now marching east. Severe thunderstorms in Arkansas causing strong winds to rotate, almost forming a tornado. Winds over 60 miles per hour, toppling trees into homes. The windows of this building in Fort Smith blown out, the roof of another torn off. And in Little Rock, severe storms there causing major damage to this motel. Parts of the building ripped off, tossed right onto cars in the parking lot. In Oklahoma, residents surveying the damage after an EF2 tornado tore through with 130-mile-per-hour winds. It ripped neighborhoods apart, homes destroyed there. This building in Oklahoma City left with a gaping hole after being struck by lightning. And in Texas, a disaster declaration in Abilene after a tornado-warned storm heavily damaged the city. In nearby Ballinger, this water tower leaking after it was punctured during a storm. And in Dallas, heavy rain causing highways to flood. That was blinding rain at time coming through the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. Now that line is in through Louisiana, and we've had tornado warnings there all morning long. Want to show you the radar. Watch is up in that area until at least 10 o'clock local time. Beauregard Parish, just north of Lake Charles, had a tornado earlier, and now we have warnings that are just north of Lafayette, near Eunice and Mamou. We're looking at flash flood watches. We mentioned the water across parts of Kansas and Kansas City. You can see the low there. This is just kind of a pregame for the bigger system that's now hitting the west coast, and this is going to bring us a dangerous, severe weather threat during the day tomorrow. We've got a moderate risk for seeing not just tornadoes, but large, dangerous, long-track tornadoes during the day tomorrow across the Oklahoma-Texas panhandle and potentially in a larger area. We'll talk more about the severe weather threat today across the Northeast. Huge cities in the path of that. That's in just a few minutes. Back over to you.
All right, we know you'll be tracking it. We'll check back with you soon. In the meantime, we want to turn to new details this morning in that school scare in Portland, Oregon. Police releasing the identity of the teen who allegedly brought a shotgun to school. We will hear from the hero credited with subduing him in just a moment. But first, what we're learning about the suspect and those terrifying moments. This morning, a first look at the 18-year-old suspect and the weapon police say he used to terrorize fellow students and staff at Park Rose High School in Portland.
I need rifle operators to start heading towards Park Rose.
You see it on TV, but for it to be your life in your school with your friends, I think it's a whole different thing.
Around noon Friday, authorities say Angel Granados brandished this shotgun. His peers immediately alerting security.
Once we heard that there was a gun, everybody just started panicking more. Like people were crying and people like shaking.
Terrified students sheltering in place, huddled together as witnesses say Granados roamed the halls looking distraught before barging into a classroom. That's when Park Rose coach and security guard Keenan Lowe lunged at the teen gunman, the former University of Oregon standout wide receiver, managing to tackle him to the ground, holding Granados down until officers swarmed the scene, taking him into custody.
Campus security with the active shooter and in custody on the western side of the building.
No injuries were reported, and Lowe now hailed a hero.
He put his life at danger for us.
And joining us now from Portland is that hero security guard and football coach Keenan Lowe. Keenan, we want to commend you, first of all, for your bravery, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Walk us through that moment, Keenan. What threat did you see that made you think, I've got to jump in, I've got to stop this?
So I get a call on the radio on our main campus to go out to the Fine Arts building, which is, just across campus, a little walk outside. And just get a regular call to go grab a student. And I walk into a classroom, ask if the student's there. I'm in the classroom for 15 or 20 seconds, and the door opens, and there's a student with a shotgun. So everything happened so fast, and it was the longest fraction of a second of my life. But I kind of assessed that situation, and my instincts kicked in, and I lunged for the gun, and we both had the gun. We had 4 hands on the gun, and students are running out of the back of the classroom, and I'm just trying to make sure that the end of the gun isn't pointing towards where the students are running, but also not pointed at myself. So I end up getting the gun from him, getting the gun with my right hand and holding them off with my left hand, and calling for a teacher to come grab the gun from me. I feel like I was put in that room in that very moment for a reason, to protect those kids. And you know, that's why I love being a part of this high school that I'm at, is to be around the kids and be there for the community. And in that moment, I was called upon, and I just reacted, and like I said, instincts kicked in, and I was able to, you know, make something good out of something that could have been very, very tragic.
You've been praised across the country for your heroic actions. Parents in tears have thanked you publicly. What does it feel like to be called a hero?
You know, it feels great, but, you know, for me, like I said, I feel like, you know, I was put in that room for a reason. You know, the shooter didn't know I was in that room when he opened the door, and you know, I think there's things in my life that have happened that, you know, I think have prepared me for that very moment, you know, to act. So, you know, I'm appreciative. I thank God that no one got hurt, and you know, thank God that I was in that room.
Keenan, when you go back to school after what happened, the trauma that you saw, and you see all those kids again, what will you be thinking?
You know, I'm just going to be, you know, thankful for the kids. You know, I love coaching. I love coaching football. I also coach track. You know, and I love being around the kids and being a support system for them. So, you know, I'm excited to get back to school on Monday and see all the faces, and you know, I think the whole community, the whole school is just going to be happy that everybody's okay.
Well, Keenan, I can tell you as a parent, it is comforting to know that there are coaches and staff members like you in between danger and our children in our schools. Thank you so much for your courage, and we appreciate your time and words this morning. Keenan, thank you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
And as we mentioned, Keenan was a standout football player for the Oregon Ducks, fielded many tackles, but that tackle there was no doubt the most important of his life.
Oh, and to be able to hold the gun down and that student at the same time by himself, that is incredible.
And he says he was just the right place at the right time, but it's a special kind of person to act and go towards danger, a man with a gun, a young man with a gun, and jump right in and do what he did.
That's absolutely right.
Very special.
All right. Well, now to Democratic presidential hopefuls hitting the campaign trail. Former Vice President Joe Biden holding his first major campaign rally in a key battleground state. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in Washington with the latest.
Hello, Philadelphia.
Former Vice President Joe Biden holding his first official presidential campaign rally in the city of brotherly love. The event in Philadelphia, rich in symbolism.
The reason we're here is because, in a literal sense, this was the birthplace of our democracy.
In the expanding Democratic field, the frontrunner addressing the country's political divide and blaming President Trump.
This politics is pulling us apart. It's ripping this country apart at the seams. And our president is the divider in chief.
Biden promising to unite the country as president, one of the core principles of his campaign.
I'm ready to know for our country, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, a different path.
At the rally, I asked him about one of President Trump's main issues, illegal immigration.
Do you think there is a crisis at the border?
No, I think the crisis at the border is whether treating people who are seeking asylum. There should be a process for them.
This sentiment echoed on the campaign trail with Senator Bernie Sanders at a rally in Georgia.
We must never yank babies out of the arms of their mothers at the border.
And Mayor Pete Buttigieg in Iowa.
What kind of country locks people up when they are fleeing what we're fighting?
Pennsylvania is a key state in the 2020 election. The candidates know it. President Trump knows it. He'll hold a rally in the state on Monday, which he won in 2016 by less than 1%. Now, as for Biden, his team tells me he'll travel to Florida, Tennessee, and Texas in the coming weeks. But guys, Biden's team, they're really banking on Pennsylvania to back him up. Eva.
All right, Stephanie Ramos, thank you. And overnight, President Trump weighing in for the first time since Alabama and Missouri passed their new abortion laws. ABC's David Wright is at the White House with that story. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Eva. The president had a series of late-night tweets last night, including this one clarifying his views on abortion. As you can see, he writes, "For those who would like to know, I am strongly pro-life with these three exceptions: rape, incest, and protecting the life of the mother." The same position, he says, taken by Ronald Reagan. The president went on then to talk about judicial appointments and other issues. But there's a suggestion here that some of these new state state laws may be more extreme than he would like. Missouri and Alabama, for instance, have no exception for rape and incest. So the president taking credit here, but also inserting some distance between him and some of these new state laws.
Well, David, these tweets grabbing a lot of attention, one, because of the topic, but also because up until now, this is an issue that Vice President Pence has championed in this administration.
That's right. Pence has in the past called Donald Trump the most pro-life president in American history. But it's Pence, really, as an evangelical, who has put this issue front and center, much more so than Trump. Yesterday, the vice president gave the commencement speech at Taylor University in his home state of Indiana. And he talked about how proud he is to work for an administration that, in his words, has stood without apology for the sanctity of human life. Obviously, the administration expects some of these new laws to land in court, and that's why the president has taken such care in his Supreme Court picks, both of them chosen very much with this issue in mind. Eva?
All right, David Wright for us at the White House. Thank you.
Thank you, David and Eva. So much to talk about this morning. So let's bring in our chief anchor, George Stephanopoulos, who's going to be hosting This Week later this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So let's talk about the politics of this abortion story. Obviously, the president is going out of his way to sort of tout his pro-life bona fides on Twitter. But how does this issue cut for him? I mean, I know it helps with the base, but could it alienate some suburban women who he needs to win?
Basically, abortion tends to work against whichever party is seen as more extreme on the issue. That's why you saw with the president back in his State of the Union address was trying to focus on the Democrats' support for late-term abortions. That's where they want the focus to be. But this Alabama law, the Missouri law, these other laws, fetal heartbeat laws that have been passing in the South flip that equation because they don't have those exceptions, for example, for rape and incest, which most Americans completely disagree with. And you also have this issue with abortion of be careful what you wish for. If indeed the Alabama law gets to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court decides to overturn Roe v. Wade, that is far more likely to energize Democratic voters next fall than Republican.
All right, speaking of Democratic voters, let's loop back to Joe Biden, who we were talking about a moment ago. He was out on the campaign trail yesterday. You, on your show this morning, have three of these sort of lesser-known Democratic contenders. How does anybody stand out in a field of 23 with Joe Biden at the top of the heap?
That's the big question right now. 23 candidates as of this week. And one of the things we're committed to at ABC and at This Week is making sure that at least all the candidates are heard. We've already interviewed 10 on This Week, 3 more, as you point out today. But Joe Biden has, I think people expected him to get into the race and be the front runner. What's been a little bit of a surprise is that he's actually increased his lead over the last several weeks since he had that soft launch before the official launch yesterday. No front runner gets to the nomination without a clear challenge, without going over a lot of hurdles. A million things can happen between now and the convention next summer. But the question for all those other candidates right now is, how do you break out? How do you distinguish yourself from the front runner? What do you do to take him down? That's some of the questions we're going to be posing this morning.
I think the one thing we can say for sure is it's going to be pretty interesting. George Stephanopoulos, thank you. Full Employment Act for you. And a reminder, George has a big show this morning. As mentioned, he's going to speak with 3 Democratic presidential candidates, John Hickenlooper, Seth Moulton, and Tulsi Gabbard. Plus, Martha Raddatz is going to sit down with the former CIA Director General David Petraeus to talk about the escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran. This is all coming up on This Week right here on ABC. George, thank you again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Dan, let's go back to the weather now. And Rob Marciano in Fort Worth, Texas, where he's been tracking those dangerous storms. Rob, good morning once again.
Hey, good morning again, Whit. We've been talking about the water, of course, but part of the reason we had this severe weather outbreak is the cold air of the mountains. Here's the proof: snowing in Aspen over the weekend, and we got winter storm watches that are posted for the Colorado mountains and winter storm warnings now up for the Sierras. All right, here's today's severe weather threat as this whole system pushes off towards the east. The low is over Iowa, and you see the storms popping already over, say, Paducah, and we'll be rolling up the Ohio River Valley throughout the day today. So a couple of batches of severe weather. Philadelphia, D.C., Pittsburgh, late in the afternoon you'll get some, but if I had to pick a spot where there would be some tornadoes, it would be in and around Indiana. So be careful of that. Either way, damaging winds and large hail potentially with this system as it pushes off to the east. And then, of course, the setup for rainfall is going to be an issue just about everywhere, including here in Texas. All right, time now for a look at your local weather forecast.
Hello and good morning, Washington. Meteorologist Alex Liggett could see our first 90-degree day of the year. Partly sunny skies, some scattered afternoon and evening storms, some of those strong to severe. Here's that most likely area shaded in yellow here. Slight risk for severe thunderstorms, damaging winds, also some heavy rain. Most likely could have the chance for some